I haven't made a video in quite a while, but I got a lot going on, and I've done a lot to this train. I probably should have stopped in between and made a video, but I got going and I didn't think to stop. But this is going to be my inner to outer loop, and I can be able to transfer a train from the outside loop to the inside loop is what I'm going for. So the major additions to this track is this switch here. This one we had before, which is going off to the little car that's dumped by the grain shed. But I added this one, and this one's going to be the switch to go back to the inner loop as it was before. So if this train's in this position, the train will just run around like it normally does. But adding this, if I switch this to the outside position, it's going to allow the train to come through here to this extra switch I added down here, which can allow the train to transfer on to the main outer loop. I still have the bypass switches here that are deadened. So the outside loop's pretty much the same. The inner loop has a major change to it, which I'll get to a little while. But what I'm going to do in this possibility is I can keep the inner train on the inner loop, I can keep the outer train on the outer loop, or I can transfer in between each other. To do this now electrically, I have none of this really wired up, but the main problem I'm going to have is since I'm using two different power supplies, because I want to be able to run each train independently. So if the inner train's on the inner loop, it needs to be powered by its own transformer. If it's on the outer loop, it needs to be powered by its own transformer as well. In order to do that, I've taken this track from here to here, and I've completely deadened it. There is no connection on any of the pins from here to here, which means now this is going to have two power supplies in this track on a switch. Either it's going to be from the outer loop or the inner loop power supply. So when a train comes along and transfers to the track, it'll come down the track since this is in the outer position. Come down, go straight. And once the track hits that section of track, since that track is dead, it's not going to be able to travel anymore on that transformer. Once you get switched to the next transformer, this track will power back up again and allow the train to go through onto the main section of track and continue on. Is what I'm going to do. Now I have this train turned around, the one we just brought out. It'll make the loop around like it normally did outer track and turn itself around. Now I come back into the station, which is the next two choices. If I leave this in a straight position, the train's going to go straight back through, back to the inner loop. If this train goes to this position, or the switch, the train's will be able to transfer on to back to the outer loop and continue on its journey as it did before. So we're actually using the bypass on this train to stop to let the outer or inner train loop back around, and it can continue its outer loop as normal, is what I'm going to do. I got a lot of electrical to wire up. I got some other dead track I've added to this system. That's where I'm going next with it. It's going to get more complicated. The outer tracks both have their switchback circuits where they automatically turn each other around. I'm going to have to add another turnaround circuit to the inner loop to make this work. But this is just the basics of what I got going on. I want to shoot something that I have been working on this. And it's going to get more complicated, give more ideas what to do. A little hint, I had to add this switch here as well. And that's going to be part of the inner loop turnaround, because we're getting into locking a train in a certain position if we don't have that. But that's what I've been working on, a little bit of an update. And I'll let you know if I got more going on.